There is one organ which causes high blood pressure, and it's not what you think. And there are specific exercises you can use to target and fix your blood pressure easily. No diet, lifestyle changes, or medication required. Check the link in the description below, but for now, today's question.
Eating whole grains like whole wheat breads, brown rice, whole grain cereals, oatmeal, whole wheat pasta, and popcorn is a good way to get fiber. Some fiber helps lower your cholesterol and also keeps you feeling full longer. For a diet of 2,000 calories per day, eat 6 to 8 servings a day. One serving is a slice of bread, 1 ounce of dry cereal, or 12 cup of cooked whole wheat pasta, rice, or oatmeal, about the size of half a baseball. Video here. Blood Pressure Exercises VSL. You can still eat meat. Just make sure it's lean. Meats are good sources of protein and magnesium. Skinless chicken and fish are also on the menu. Limit your servings to 6 or fewer a day. A serving is 1 ounce of cooked meat, fish, or poultry, or 1 egg. A good rule is to have no more than 3 ounces of meat at a meal the size of an iPhone. Limit egg yolks to no more than 4 in a week. You don't have to skip all sweets, but you should try to have 5 or fewer servings a week. That's 1 tablespoon of sugar or jam, 1 cup of lemonade, or half cup of sorbet at a time. Choose sweets that are low in fat, such as gelatin, hard candy, or maple syrup. Instead of high-fat desserts, try having fresh fruit over low-fat ice cream. American Heart Association: eat more chicken, fish and beans than red meat, fruits and vegetables. Know your fats. Shaking the salt habit. What is a serving? Whole grains and fiber. There are many factors that contribute to the development of hypertension, or high blood pressure, some of which are unfortunately beyond our control. Others are lifestyle related, though, and a few simple changes can help significantly lower your blood pressure and improve your cardiovascular health. Here are some suggestions on where to start. Do you eat mostly fresh foods? Reducing the amount of salt in your diet can significantly improve your blood pressure, and keep in mind that most of the salt in our diet comes in the form of preservatives. In processed food, do you eat enough high-fiber foods? People who eat fruits, vegetables, and other high-fiber foods have lower blood pressure. Do you consume excess alcohol? Though there is some suggestion people who drink in moderation have lower rates of cardiovascular events. Excessive alcohol consumption is a risk factor for developing hypertension. Do you maintain a healthy weight? Those extra pounds, particularly if they're around your waist, contribute to elevated blood pressure. Are you sedentary? Do you get enough exercise? Physical inactivity can cause high blood pressure, and though ideally everyone should participate in 2.5 hours of moderate intensity exercise, something that makes you break a sweat, a week, every little bit helps, even as little as 15 minutes. Do you take care of your emotional and mental health? The way you handle stress affects your blood pressure, and mood disorders like depression can be a risk factor. Also, are you taking care of your other medical conditions? Diabetes, sleep apnea, kidney disease, and certain vascular disorders are just some examples of medical conditions that cause high blood pressure. Are some of your meds contributing? Many medications, including oral contraceptives, steroids, certain decongestants and painkillers, can cause hypertension. Improving as many of these factors as you can, and working closely with your doctor, will help keep your blood pressure within a healthy range and prevent cardiovascular problems down the road. For further information, please visit Hypertension, High Blood Pressure Specialist Cardiologist, Midtown, NYC. Maintain a healthy weight and engage in regular cardiovascular exercise. Don't smoke and drink alcohol moderately. Have your BP checked at least once a year so that it can be monitored and addressed. To a lesser extent, avoid overly salty foods. I think the impact of salt on BP has been somewhat exaggerated, but it should not be ignored. Finally, you should realize that people who are healthy, average weight, and eat well, will sometimes develop high blood pressure. It's not the end of the world. There are many things that can be done without medicine to lower HBP, and there are many classes of medications that work as well. Hypertension in most people is a genetic disease about which we have very little control. Yes, there are things that we can do, like restricting the amount of sodium in our diet and not getting too fat and being in good physical condition. However, I was constantly amazed by the number of middle-aged men who came to me while I worked for the Army who ate a good diet, did not eat too much salt, and were in excellent physical condition, not overweight, resting heart rates in the 50s, and significantly hypertension. To a man, they were offspring of hypertensive families. Yes, there are occasions in which people have tumors of the adrenal gland and stenosis of the renal arteries and things like that. I've seen about 4 of those in my 37-year career as a physician. The basic problem is that hypertension is a genetic disease. What you can control is not getting too fat, being physically active, and reducing the sodium in your diet. That is not going to prevent you from having hypertension but may cut down on the bad sequela of the disease. Oh, by the way, don't smoke and don't drink too much alcohol. The good news is we have very good drugs to treat hypertension these days that won't wreck your sex life and will allow you to have a pretty normal life. Unfortunately, natural treatments for hypertension just don't work. People who tell you that they do are deluding themselves and you. They do not have any statistics to back up what they say.